He said the last part because Mama rolled her eyes and was real close to stopping everything by turning around and going back into the house. All right, close 'em. Mama gave him her last straw look and closed her eyes. Then so did we. Dad shuffled us ahead a little bit and then we all stopped. It was real hard not to peek. Okay, keep 'em shut. I'm not playing. I heard a car door open, heard a loud pop, then heard Byron say, "Oh, man." Me and Joey cracked up. We knew a certain person had peeked and got popped, right smack jab on the bald head. Finally, Dad said, "That's it. Open your eyes. What do you think?" Dad had opened the driver's side of the brown bomber and was standing with one arm pointing the way inside. In the middle of the dashboard, to the right of the steering wheel, something real big was sticking out. Dad had taken one of our giant towels and set it over the thing. Everybody stood there staring. Finally, Mama said, "Daniel, what on earth is that towel doing in there?" "The towel is fine, Willona. Aren't you wondering what's underneath it?" "Yeah, Dad, what is that thing?" I asked. "Well, Kenneth, since you seem to be the only one with any curiosity, I guess you'll be the one who gets to unveil the bomber's latest edition." I crawled into the front seat and raised a corner of the towel so no one but me could see what was under it. I couldn't believe it. "Dad, it's great!" The rest of them, Byron included, crowded up to the brown bomber's door. Mama had a worried voice. "What have you done to this car now? Daniel, what's under that towel?" I grabbed a corner of the towel. "Ladies and gentlemen," Byron interrupted me when he saw I was going to tease them. He said, "Oh man, just pull the blange towel off so I can get out of here. I ain't got all day to listen to your mess." He was always in a hurry to get out of someplace, but never had anywhere else to go. "Byron, how many times have I told you about saying ain't? And Kenneth, you stop playing and move that towel this minute," Mama said. I talked real fast before Mama could get any madder. "Ladies and gentlemen, the newest addition to the Brown Bomber." I whipped the towel aside. "Our very own drive-around record player." Mama went, "Oh my God," and gave Dad a dirty look, then walked back into the house. Joey squealed, "Oh boy." Even cool old Byron forgot how cool he was and screamed out, "Oh man, this is too hip. No one's got one of these. Speedy don't even have one in his Cadillac. Too much, man. Way too much." Joey and Byron climbed into the car on either side of me. We all said, "Turn it on, Daddy." I knew Dad was kind of disappointed by the way Mama had acted. She really hurt his feelings by walking off like that. Some of the time I think she forgot how sensitive Dad was. Even though he acted cheery with us, I knew it wasn't the same for him now. I knew if Mama had stayed and hadn't gone off mumbling about money, we'd have been having a lot more fun. But Dad forgot all this stuff real quick and got excited about showing off the record player. Dad was like, me, he loved putting on a show. Or as Mama said, we both love acting the fool. Dad was the best at it, though, and I couldn't wait until I was as good as he was. Well, Dad said, leaning down into the car. "I see you three have the ultimate in taste. I see you've chosen the top of the line, the cream of the crop, the True Tone AB 700 model, the Ultra Glide." We had to, because right on the front of the record player in big red letters it said TTAB 700 Ultra Glide. As I'm certain you are aware, the problem in the past with this new technology in automotive sound has been road vibrations interfering with an accurate dispersal of phonic interpretations. "Huh?" Byron said. Dad said, "In other words, I'm sure you know that in the good old days, every time you drove over a bump with one of these things, the needle would jump and scratch the record." Me and Joey played along. We know. "And as I'm sure such a fine, intelligent-looking family as this one, it is Mr. and Mrs. Watson and your son, isn't it?" "Oh, no," Joetta said, and pointed at Byron. This isn't our son. This is just a little juvenile delinquent boy that we feel sorry for and let us follow around some of the time. Our real son has hair. Even this didn't bother Byron, who was amazed by the Brown Bomber's latest addition. Dad kept imitating the guy who sold him the record player. Yes, I'm sure, as a nice family like this one is aware, it was only last year that the scientists at Autotronic Industries made a brilliant, beautiful, breathtaking breakthrough and developed a suitable system for controlling these vibrations. Yeah, I said. I saw it last night on the news. Walter Cronkite said it was a miracle. Dad laughed. Precisely, Mr. Watson. Walt has 2 of these babies in his car and 1 in his motorcycle. We know. Yes, the vibration problem has been overcome by the exclusive vibrodynamic lateral anti-serial dampening system. Dad had memorized the word because right on the arm of the record player it said VDLAI dampening patent. Come on, Daddy, turn it on. Stop teasing. Now, Mrs. Watson, be patient and tell that little delinquent that follows you around that if he touches one more knob on that record player, I'm going to pull his fingers off. Byron mumbled and sat back in the seat. Before I dazzle you with this symphonic sound of this unit, let me point out some of its less appreciated features. Oh, please do. Oh man, just turn the Blanche thing on. If I gotta listen to all this jive I'm gonna do in the house and get some real cool sounds. Byron opened the passenger door and ran into the house. Now, Mr. and Mrs. Watson, I'd like to direct your attention to the rear of your classic automobile. Me and Joey crawled up on the back seat and looked at the back window. On the rear shelf, a hole had been cut and was covered with the same stuff that's on a screen door. I can see what you're wondering, that is. Well, let me explain. What we have here is, believe it or not, a second speaker, and I can tell you by the intelligent look on your face, Mrs. Watson, that you have grasped that speakers is not placed in the rear deck haphazardly. No, ma'am. Some people think we just have a hole hacked back there by any old mechanic, but nothing could be further from the truth. That opening is scientifically and mathematically positioned by a factory-trained technician to enhance the TT-AB 700's true high-fidelity sound. Wow. Byron exploded through the front door with an armful of 45s and Mama right on his tail. Byron Watson, don't you stop on those stairs like that, and don't you slam that screen door. She trailed Byron all the way to the car, fussing at him the whole way. I knew she was using Byron as an excuse to come back out and see what was going on. I guess all the laughing and fun we were having made her want to join in. Now that she was back, Dad started really cutting up. Well, Mrs. Watson, Dad said, but not to Mama, to Joey. I see your beautiful young daughter has decided to join us, and not a moment too soon either. Why don't you scoot over a bit and let her in? Joey loved this chance to pretend she was Mama's mom. She patted the seat next to her and said, Come on in, honey. This is really cool. Mama slid in under the steering wheel with a halfway smile on her face. Wonderful, Dad said. Byron lifted the record that was already on the turntable and started putting one of his own cool songs on. Put it back, son. You'll get your turn. First, we have a special request from a certain young lady to a certain handsome young man. If you'll excuse me, ma'am, I'll just reach over here and get this show on the road. Dad reached over past Mama to start the car, but on the way his hand kind of accidentally on purpose brushed her chests. Boy, did they think we were blind. Even though Dad thought he was being slick, everybody saw this. Mama puckered up her lips to squeeze down a smile and crossed her arms over her chest. Joetta giggled and me and Byron scrunched our faces up. Mama did a fakey little slap at his hand and smiled. Dad turned the key and the brown bomber fired up. Okay, young lady, here's that special number you requested. Dad couldn't help himself and started imitating a disc jockey. Here's the man with the patter. Here's the spin with the platter. Why, it doesn't matter, 'cause the world is getting faster. I'm the man with the tune that'll take you to the moon. That'll make your poor heart swoon. I'll hold you like a spoon. I'm the man with the jive. Byron chirped up. Ain't that the whole natural truth? But Dad didn't miss a beat. Put your love thing in drive. Bring your little world alive. Mama slapped the car seat. Daniel, start that record. All right, all right. Dad stopped his rhyming, not because Mama told him to, but because I bet he ran out of stupid poems. But first, let me tell you all people out there in Radio Land that this number was requested by Miss Walona Sands for the wonderful, wonderful man in her life, the big daddy of love, Daniel Watson. We at Flint's only soul station, WHAMM, and dedicate this song to Daniel from Walona. Spin it, Mastro. Dad reached over past Mama to start the record player. Joey grabbed my arm with one hand and squealed into her other one. Byron was grinning like a giant bald-headed kindergarten baby. Mama still had her arms crossed but was starting to smile. She brought one hand up to cover her mouth. My foot was tapping on the brown bomber's floor a mile a minute, and I couldn't make it stop no matter what I did. I guess I was grinning pretty hard too. Dad's hand touched a knob that had "Start" written on it. Before he turned it, he pulled his hand back and said, First, however,